What's up, guys? Here from the chest. My name is Justin Groth. Guys, I want to thank you for tuning in with me and taking your time out and giving this podcast a listen. It means a lot to me, guys. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who have stayed with me and been with me for any length of time, and you know I'm indebted to you. It's just a super awesome feeling to know that you take your time and listen to me. So thank you for that. Guys, this is going to be a short one because honestly, I could go on forever with this topic, but I really want to keep it fairly concise. Social media is a cancer. And I have to say it because I think that it's not only a cancer, but it's a very slowly fermented process that takes place, or slow fermentation that takes place when you listen. That doesn't even make sense, but I feel like the whole entire process of listening and getting fed Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it just takes you away from really your own personal intrinsic desires, and it causes you to just look at other people, compare yourself, and adjust based on what other people are doing, etc. And then not to mention the thirsty women out there that are just taking dumb pictures for no reason other than just to have comment feed and or to have more comments and likes and follows. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life, dude? Like, what is that? What are you doing? Why would you continuously post provocative pictures? For what? Well, you think you're going to get picked up for modeling? Let's give me a break, man. Like, that's not going to happen. And even if it does, what is that proving? What is that developing? Like, you got so much more going on, girl. You got so much more going on. And even for the guys, too. Like, the same thing applies. I'm not going to go on that. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm just telling you that it can be a slow rising cancer. And honestly, like, the fact that I spend time in this, it does nothing for us. And it only exacerbates insecurities that are already present. And it just propagates them more and more and more. And then you're wondering why you feel empty. You're wondering why you're trying to gravitate towards really seemingly empty attachments. And they may not seem empty at the moment, but they are. They're not producing anything. And I'm not really trying to make a point here. I'm trying to get you to understand that this is not something that's going to serve you. It's not serving to me. It's not serving to you. It's not serving to anything you're doing in your future. To be quite frank with you, if I didn't have a business, I would be off Instagram, period. Because there's no other reason that I'd want to use it. I just keep it for my podcast and for my business. But primarily for the business. And honestly, well, no, if I'm being honest, is now it's primarily for the podcast, but the reason behind that is what? This gives me meaning. And obviously the business gives me meaning too, but it's something that I do on a perpetual basis because it's something that feeds me monetary recruitment and something I could pay my bills with. Whereas this is not paying anything. The podcast is not paying anything. And maybe you're doing something right now, it's not paying anything. But for some reason you keep showing up. And you wonder, there's days you continuously press onto this thing, or you go to that job, or you actually sit down at your desk and you start to work on this project that you're trying to curate, and you're just like, why do I even show up for this? Why? I don't even know if this is gonna be anything. I don't even know if anybody's gonna gain value from this. I don't even know. Why do I keep showing up for this? But for some reason, you can't draw yourself out of it too. You just continuously stay there. And it's like you're stuck. And you know that your better half of you knows that, look, man, I wouldn't rather be doing anything else. And I don't know a way, I don't know how this can circumvent anything that's spectacular, anything that's actually serving to me, but there's still a reason why I'm showing up. It's intrinsic, it's like implicit in my being. It's absolute. I understand, but I don't understand at the same time. I don't know. I don't know what can actually manifest from this. I don't know how this can help me in the future. I don't know how this can help anybody else. I don't know what I'm gonna be drawn to as a byproduct of this, but for some reason I keep showing up. Well, let me tell you who's showing up with you. God. He's showing up right there with you. And you don't understand where this could go, but he already does. He's already planned it. He's already pre-orchestrated it. He's already picked certain individuals to come across your path and deliver opportunity to you that you couldn't manifest on your own. And that's the reason why I keep going, because I don't know. And that's the only reason why I keep going. That ambiguity, that doubt, that fear, that's good. I need that because honestly, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be relevant to you. I'm trying to figure out how this process is going to be of relevance to you and going to allow you to actually take what I'm saying and actually apply it. But first, before you apply it, you gotta seek some credential within me. What are my credentials? What's gonna make people listen? What's gonna make people buy your product? What's gonna make people listen to you? Why would people follow you? But meanwhile, you got this element of you that's of surprise, but at the same time, it's of vast meaning. And you can't help but keep showing up to continuously refine it. That's something that you handcuff yourself to, and you never let those handcuffs off. Because I promise you, even if you die doing this, you're going to die happy, because you're going to die with meaning. And meaning is what instantiates happiness. That's it. Like people try to look for happiness. You try to get on your Instagram, I want to be happy. What do I do to be happy? Well, what does this person have that's making them happy? Let me tell you, that person is probably drowning. They're probably drowning in insecurities, which is the reason why they got to show you everything that they got. Real people that are real happy and real joyful, they don't need to show you anything. They're too busy living. They're too busy doing. They're too busy providing. That's why I say that Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all media, most media, I should say, it's a cancer. I will say I like TikTok because it's entertaining, but that's about it. But most media platforms have cancer properties associated with them. And it's just, you may think it's nothing. It's going to start out stage 1. Before you know it, you're terminal, man. And you're terminal with the whole sense of you're drowning now more in insecurities. You're drowning in doubt. You're drowning in comparison. You're terminally ridden with doubt, comparison, and fear because you're applying yourself to somebody who you're not. You're applying yourself to somebody else's visions that you don't have, that God didn't give you. So at least if you're going to do that, keep showing up for the thing that brings you meaning in your life. But try to separate yourself from that as well. Try to separate yourself from the cancer, is what I'm trying to say. But you keep showing up because you don't know where this is going. And that's more the reason why you keep going. Because I promise you, in your own life, when you do things that you know where it's going, you know you can see at the end of the tunnel. You're like, oh, I just got to get here and then I'm good. But that'll only make you keep going. That'll only make you go so hard because you know where the break off is at. But this, you don't know where the break off is at, and this is all about you. How much can you suffer and not know before you give up? How much? How much can you keep going and keep showing up knowing that you don't know where this is going? The only thing that provides the energy and ignition to keep going is meaning. Keep drilling the meaning in your life, and I promise you, multiple branches of happiness, joy, fulfillment, non-empty attachments will come as a byproduct. And before you know it, you're providing for your family, for yourself, for other people in ways that you couldn't even have fathomed. In ways that were oblivious to you a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago. But you kept showing up, and so did God. And He made a way when you didn't even know there was a way. That's the beauty in the meaning. That's the beauty right there. That's why you keep pressing. You don't do it for a quick fix of joy or happiness. You do it because it's proving meaning to your life. And that's something you can't live without. Done.